Debra Morrison, a 42-year financial expert. Welcome to the We Can Do It Women movement, where women 50 and wiser step into the spotlight and make the rest of their lives the best of their lives. I'm your host, Debra Morrison, a wealth-building expert and champion for extraordinary women just like you. For over 47 years, I've helped women secure their financial futures, and now I'm on a mission to ignite a revolution, showing the world that at 50, 60, 70, and beyond, some of us might be a nickel slower, yet we're all just getting started. And our esteemed guest today comes to us from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Dr. Lucinda Sykes. Dr. Sykes is a retired medical doctor with a background teaching medical programs of mindfulness-based stress reduction. The acronym or the initial is MBSR. She now works primarily as a sleep coach for women over 50. Dr. Sykes is best known as the director of the Meditation for Health Clinic, which she founded in Toronto in 1997, and she taught MBSR, programs to more than 6,000 patients until she stopped her in-person work at 2020. Lucinda, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Deborah. I'm very happy to be here and to be with your audience because these are my favorite folks. I like to work with women in the second half of life. We have so much to offer, and without realizing it, our minds are often kind of underplaying us. So I just really like to serve here. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you couldn't be more correct on that. And this is the entire point of the We Can Do It Women movement. So that we say, no, look at that woman, look at that woman, look at that woman, reinventing herself at whatever age. And so you have done a magnificent work. And yet I want to step back a nickel because you had an interesting early life. And as I read, you had contracted polio at age 3.
Yes, right. You know me. Yes, I did. In fact, the doctors thought I would never walk again.
I
And
saw that.
I'm so glad that I do. I have been walking all these years. Things are slowing down, and I have a few issues related to the residual polio, but it's not like the doctors predicted. Yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful for you. And yet, this personal health challenge, as it often is the case, right? It shaped
Yeah.
your unconscious motivation to seemingly return to a medical path. And you now blend the science passion with resilience, born largely
Yeah.
from your own recovery. Congratulations.
Yes, I was meant to do this. You know how fate shapes us, each of us.
Exactly.
We think we're just kind of going along, doing what we should, and actually there's a mysterious drive.
Absolutely. Some force that's bigger than us has a
That's
little
my
shaping
understanding.
influence.
That's my understanding. Each audience member may have their different take on that, but I understand that there is a guidance happening and that we are flowering, as best we can. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you earned your BSc, right, from the University of Alberta and your MD with honors from the University of Toronto. You practiced family medicine with a special focus on psychotherapy and were
Yes.
very active in the General Practice Psychotherapy Association. Talk to us about the Medical Psychotherapy Association in Canada. Was it well developed? Were you at the initial stages, and how much do you credit that with your advancement in the field?
Well, you could say I was there at the early stages as psychotherapy was coming to be acknowledged as a subspecialty in family medicine, at least here in Canada. Uh,
Exactly.
my interest predated that, in part to overcome my childhood issues of polio and the like. I had been personally experiencing psychotherapy for some years, and I knew how valuable it was. And in my work as a family doctor, I could see again and again that the physical issues were being complicated by psychological factors. So I began
Oh.
to bring psychotherapy into my medical practice, securing further training. I went to Zurich and so on, but doing it within the family medicine context, which is really where most of the psychological issues are playing out in medicine.
Absolutely. 6 semesters you put in at the Jung Institute in Zurich, receiving your certificate of theoretical knowledge in analytical psychology. Well, Zurich, I love. And of course, they have great chocolate. But talk to us about that experience.
They do. You said that my mouth started to water, Deborah.
I know right now. But that must have been amazing to be right there at the Jung Institute.
Oh,
Geez.
yes. Oh, yes. I even had a seminar with Dr. Jung's grandson and visited his house. And I don't know whether they're still doing that now. I was just maybe it's over 10 years ago I was there. Yeah.
Wow, wow. And so your work is a blending of mindfulness, lifestyle approaches, because you're treating stress, anxiety, insomnia, chronic pain, and all of ancillary conditions, if you will, in a medical context. So, talk to us about how you got the moniker of being a sleep coach for women 50 plus and offering sleep and be well programs.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, this is my evolution. You see, yeah, COVID closed my clinic. They were teaching in-person groups, and then COVID came, and within a week we had to stop. Quite rightly, public health shut us down.
Wow.
And I still, even in this, at this moment, I feel vim and vigor. I want to teach and talk. So I learned about the coaching world and went online coaching and even developing websites, this kind of thing. And it struck me that my big interest uh, is sleep. It
Yes.
covers so many areas, and so many women have the issues with sleep, especially in the second half of life. And it's
Yes.
a complicated issue because many women come to it with a diagnostic label. I have insomnia, maybe of a certain type, and they expect a treatment. And in
Yes.
actual fact, sleep issues are symptoms of other imbalances. And sometimes sleep issues are even the result of misunderstandings.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
and that's crucial because you can overtreat yourself, so to speak, even take chemicals, take medications. And
Pills. Yeah.
yeah, and the fact is that you're a natural woman at this stage in life, and you're having the sleep of a woman at this stage in life, and you know it's not a problem unless your mind tells you it's a problem, there's something wrong, and so on, and then we bring in the medications. But
Yes.
each
Yes.
woman will it deserves individual attention because there's such a wide range of issues that all meet at the problem sleep watering hole. I have a problem in sleeping. That's just the beginning. Then we have to kind of sort out all the factors that can be involved. So sleep is a fascinating concern, especially for me with my background in the psychology of Jung, because uh, visitors may not realize that Jungian psychology, to a significant degree, involves dream analysis, looking at
Yes,
dreams
of course.
to
Yes.
understand what the non-conscious mind is doing.
Mhm.
So I've been interested in sleep for decades from that perspective. Yeah.
Wow. And your program follows, the standard MBSR structure
Oh,
based.
I taught that for 27 years, but now in consulting, yes, I have taught some MBSR groups online. I my Mindful Women 50 Plus program, I offered that program quite a number of times, but I haven't offered it recently.
Yes. And then you have guided recordings along the work of John Kabat-Zinn, Full Catastrophe Living. Oh my gosh. When did you get introduced to John Kabat-Zinn?
Oh, I was down many times to the conference and
Yeah.
retreats and so on with John Kabat-Zinn. He's a wonderful teacher, really an inspired leader. So I was
He
very fortunate to work with John. Yes.
He is. I've heard him a couple times in person, and it's he's impressive. There's no question. A small man in stature and a huge influence, isn't he?
Yes. Yes. One of the big leaders of our time.
Right
Sure.
now.
And mindfulness now has entered even popular parlance. You hear, I recently saw a an online magazine talking about mindful kitchens, and it's ridiculous to think of a mindful kitchen, but it shows how the idea of mindfulness has entered the popular thinking.
Right. It must be a huge keyword to talk about mindfulness kitchens, but regardless, we'll hang our hat on the mindfulness because more of that is
Yeah.
always. So your core practices are body scan, sitting meditation, movement, yoga. You're a very, very big practitioner in yoga and life mindfulness exercises. Talk to us about one or two exercises that you're able to give to our women listening who may have sleep issues.
Oh, well, on a practical level, the most valuable, as you term it, exercise is to bring it into day-to-day life. Like when you're standing at the kitchen sink, maybe, doing a little bit of wiping up. You could practice mindfulness at that time. You could direct your attention to the sensations of your hands washing the dishes. You could direct your attention to what you're seeing through the window in front of you. Maybe there's a fragrance from the dish soap, and your awareness can contain this. Your awareness also contains that stream of thinking that's happening, but we might, rather than giving priority to the stream of thinking, we might direct our attention more to the sensations. And at the deepest level, of course, is the sensation of actually being there, breathing, and standing. Maybe feeling your feet supporting you as you are there at the sink, or feeling yourself experiencing this breath, this one, the in breath or the out breath. And this present moment awareness is mindfulness. There's nowhere to go from that. Nobody gets good at that. You're not trying to become excellent at mindfulness. In fact,
Mhm.
trying to be excellent at
That's right.
mindfulness is a huge obstacle. I said,
Detriment.
laughing. Yes, yes, it's a joke.
It is. It is. It is. Yeah, you have the paradox of no agenda
Yeah.
with regard to mindfulness, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's like, you're trying to meditate, and trying, of course,
Yes,
always connotes failure in my book. Uh,
yes, yes. I'm often pointing out the word trying.
oh,
Yes.
oh,
I
I'm
was
with you right
trying
there.
to practice, Lucinda, and then I'd bring us around to, I wonder what that is. Yes,
Yeah, she tried to finish the race. She tried to drop weight, All right, so she
yes,
didn't.
yes,
So yeah, put that language behind us because language is so valuable. And to your point, you would get patients referred to you from physicians, and they'd come with these monikers of diagnoses. And I think that
yes,
probably the first thing you wanted to do is like rinse and repeat. Get rid of that to address the person, the woman, and her
yes.
peculiarities. I don't know. I mean, I just want to ask you this. There's so much evidence about all medical studies, physicality, not necessarily mental, being almost exclusively on males, such that women's health has been very understudied. And then I heard the stat that they even only tested male rats in medical research.
Yes.
Has the psychological testing been exclusively on men's bodies and brains?
Well, as we've noticed, times are changing,
Yeah.
and women are more and more involved, engaged, and they make up the research populations.
Yes.
And now there's even people like myself who, heck, we're most interested in women, and we like the men, but our interest is with the women. So
Yeah.
times are changing. And what is maybe special about this field is that research is relevant. It shows us how effective, for example, mindfulness can be when individuals attend an MBSR program, their pain is improved and their sleep is improved and so on. So the research confirms that. But the research can't, on a moment to moment basis, tell us how to teach effectively. There is not an effective way to teach people who have sleep problems contrasted with an effective way to teach people who have pain problems.
Good.
Mindfulness is this umbrella that we turn to no matter what the the malady may be.
Yes. Yes. Well, I know that you are all about body awareness and the importance of that. And just as I figured, we're running out of time, but I want to ask you, how can our listeners and viewers reach you the best way, Dr. Sykes?
Well, I would like to talk with your listeners. I am in semi retirement, but I will certainly speak with people, and maybe I have something to offer. You can contact me by emailing uh, hello, something cheerful, hello at lucindasykesmd.com. Okay,
Perfect.
lucindasykesmd.com. And ladies, I will get back to you and give you feedback what I can, and maybe hear a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, we would be delighted to have you back another time because you are a font of information and sleep issues are pretty prevalent for us women. So thank you so
Oh,
much
yeah.
for your work in this field. We appreciate you and we appreciate your generosity in sharing your wisdom and time with us today. Thank you, Lucinda.
So good to meet with you.
Indeed. And thank you, viewers, for joining us on the We Can Do It Women show. Remember, I see you. I value you. And your greatest chapter is just beginning. If today's episode sparked something in you, I invite you to check out our Facebook group and integrate yourself with the women in there. There is a wealth of wisdom, and I want you to partake and be a participant in the growth that we are experiencing collectively and individually. And so check us out and come in and introduce yourself. We are richer with more of your presences. So I also invite you to check out the Women's Rising Wealth Club, which I formed last year. And the link will be right here in the show notes below. This is an opportunity to have face to face, if you will, in Zoom, interaction with me, a 47-year financial expert, and I will teach you how to make money step by step. And if that's a concern of yours, let's not have that be a concern any longer. So join us. There's a paucity of a charge for what you're going to get in terms of return on investment, and I welcome each and every one of you. And until next time, pay attention to your money, and it will surely pay you back. Thank you. Good day.